So here we go. Welcome to the very first in what is sure to be a long-running series of arguably forgettable blog posts, I guess you could call them, about the video game industry. Now, a lot of people have asked me when I said I was interested in doing a blog, they said, well, you're going to do a Let's Play. And I said, no, because the world has way too many of those already, and what is there to add by retreading something that gajillions of other people can do pretty much effortlessly, just show you video footage of them playing a game. No, I intend to do something that no one else seems to really be doing except for some journalists who aren't really tackling the questions or subjects which are very interesting to me, which is the whole of electronic entertainment, interactive entertainment, video games. The bigger subjects of what it is, what it used to be, what it's becoming, where it's going, uh, the bigger issues about just how it's evolved, the potential for artistry, for a life-changing experience, the pluses, the negatives, the whole game collecting scene. Actually, when I first thought about creating this channel, it was all about game hunting because I am the expert. Spent years hunting down every kind of rare video game you can imagine, and got a lot of what I think might be useful tips for other people, how you can do that, how you can find what you're looking for, how to find the good stuff and not the garbage. And well, a lot of people do numerical reviews where they say, oh, this is, a good game, this is a bad game, this is a 9 out of 10, this is a 1 out of 10, whatever. This is my opportunity to do something else, which is to say, this is an interesting game. Maybe not a good game, but an interesting one. You should look into it, and here's why. Or this one is a highly rated game, and everyone says it's great, but it's a waste of your time because it isn't any fun. I may eventually implement that in the form of something I've called Play This, Not That, where I'll be talking about some of the games which are very popular, which you should probably give a pass on to play games that are less popular because, again, they're more interesting and more fun. So I'll be doing a lot of talking about Sega, a lot of talking about different sorts of protagonists and different sorts of genres, different sorts of ways to acquire games, DRM versus DRM free, um, why so many of the popular games are first person shooters instead of side scrolling platformers, and just the whole gamut. We'll be talking about what are some of the better games which are older, which are tossed by the wayside simply because they're not new, the shortcomings of the new game systems and why they're not like the launches of times past, why the Xbox One and the PS4 are not like, say, the Saturn, the Dreamcast, the PlayStation, why they're a very different sort of product, the evolution of this industry and how it has changed, and also some of the better books on the subject, talking about the history of the industry, which is fairly new, and it's actually starting to become something that journalists and historians are starting to become interested in. Very interesting to me because I study history in my spare time as well, so video game history is especially interesting to me. Ironically, this first blog is happening on Christmas Day because it's one of the few days off I get per year. I don't get paid days off. I do IT contract work, so I don't really get paid time off. And so I've tried and tried and tried to do this project, and I keep putting it off because I simply don't have the time to make a couple of minute blog and set up the channel and upload it and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully this will be the first of many, and each one will be talking about some different aspect of the video game industry, video game collecting, and maybe a few reviews here and there, which will be more talking about why a game is interesting and worth checking out, as opposed to is it a good or bad game, because everybody talks about if it's a good or bad game. I say, who cares? There's lots of games that aren't any good that we like, and there's lots of games that are very good which are incredibly boring. So we will be talking about what's worth looking into for various reasons, and things which are underappreciated, mainly. At any rate, my very first vlog. I don't expect anybody to be watching this at this point. As I come out with more and more, maybe a couple of people will accidentally stumble into it. Who knows, maybe at some point I'll actually get some people hating me. I don't expect people to love me, but you never know. I am kind of a voice crying out in the wilderness, giving a strange message no one really wants to hear in the reviews that I write on Amazon in my spare time as well, so we'll see what comes of this. Thanks for watching, if anybody's watching.